In this video, I will show you how you can build a WordPress Elementor website with the help of Claude Code and ChatGPT. Now we will build the pages of the WordPress website with the help of Claude Code or ChatGPT, whichever one you have. But at the end of the build, these pages will totally be editable using the Elementor drag and drop builder. Now, let me give you a quick disclaimer. This is not going to be a video where I will write prompts and the website project will be built automatically. Instead, in this approach, manual effort is still required. We will still have to set up the WordPress. We will have to set up the themes, the plugins, the Elementor setup, and all that stuff. We will have to do that manually. All we are doing using AI is building the page layouts. Once the pages are generated, we will still have to get in, edit through Elementor, make some edits, customizations, and make it look more professional and mobile responsive. Also, just a quick one. While shooting this video, I found a plugin called Nova Mirror that actually allows your Claude desktop to be connected to WordPress website to make real-time changes, build pages in Elementor and do other stuff. But the biggest problem with this implementation is you will hit your usage limits very often and you'll end up using a lot of usage tokens. Now, the implementation that I am going to show you in this video uses a lot less usage tokens than this one. Because we will be using Claude and ChatGPT both from our VS Code, and we have Caveman, a plugin that reduces your usage token in Claude by 65 to 70%. That's why we will use a lot less tokens in this version that I'm going to show you. So without further ado, let's look at our implementation. All right, we are on our computer screen. Now, the first thing we're going to do is make sure that we have VS Code or Visual Studio Code and Claude Code installed in our computer. I have actually done a full video on installing Claude Code and VS Code on computers, like whether you're using a Mac or a Windows. I have covered it all in a video. You'll find that video's link in this video's description. You can totally use the web version of Claude or ChatGPT, but I have found the outputs to be much more efficient and better this way. So if you're using this, I think you'll get a much better output. Now, what we will do is first, we will go to open folder. So go to file and open new folder, because this way we can make sure that the files we're generating or the pages that we're generating, they will live inside our computer as well. We will just open a new folder called auto detailing and then open it up. And now that it's open, we can either open Claude Code or ChatGPT or both in this screen. So just close welcome screen. And as you can see on the left side, I have Claude Code open. On the right side, we have Codex or ChatGPT. Again, if you want to know how to install this on your computer, there's a video. Go ahead and watch it first. Link in description. Hey there, everyone. Just wanted to take a few seconds from this video to talk about my school community, where if you join, first of all, you get to ask me questions about HighLevel, Google Ads, Meta Ads, SMMA, anywhere you're stuck in the build, any issues you're facing on anything. You can see there's loads of questions in the community. We interact here all the time. Then you can have access to all my courses in the classroom. I have courses on GoHighLevel automation, AI, courses on Google PPC ads, Meta ads, how to launch your SMMA, how to scale your SMMA, and a bunch of other stuff. Also, there's a template library you can see here, a lot of resources on Google Ads, Meta Ads, funnels, GoHighLevel workflows. There are built-in snapshots ready to go, literally load into your account and then start using them. Loads of GoHighLevel CSS, and I'm adding stuff to it every day. And one of my most favorite things in the community is the calendar section, where we have a couple of events going on every week. First of all, there's the weekly Q&A. Secondly, there's the weekly coaching session where we cover a specific topic every week, and then we do a short Q&A on that topic. So if you want to join the community, there's a link in this video's description, which will take you to the sign up page, and I will see you on the other side. Now let's get back to the video. The next step is to install WordPress. So now I have my staging website here. So as you can see, it says staging site. I have actually set up a staging WordPress demo installation here, which is quite blank. It doesn't really have anything. So if we go to appearance and themes, we don't have anything here apart from the default themes. We don't have anything under plugins. We will set everything up. As I said before, it requires a lot of manual effort. So let's just do the setup. First, we will go to appearance and add theme, and we will search for Hello Elementor. Okay, so once Hello Elementor pops up, we will just install it and make sure we activate this theme, because we are going to build our website based on this theme. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to plugins, and we are going to add a plugin. We're going to search for Elementor. So we need to install the base Elementor plugin. And guys, it depends on hosting on how to install WordPress, all right? So if you're using Hostinger, the WordPress setup will be different. If you're using GoDaddy, they have a different setup. So it depends on where you bought the hosting from. That's why I haven't shown how to install WordPress, because it's different across all the platforms. But it's quite easy once you get a hosting. The hosting guys will help you set up WordPress website. So we will just skip this part if we can, obviously. So let's go to install plugins, and we can see that we have installed Elementor. If you have the pro version of Elementor, that's even better. It's not like Elementor free won't work. It's totally going to work. All right. So once you have Elementor installed, there's a couple of more plugins I would recommend, like the header and footer Elementor, right? So let's just see if we have that. So this one we have already installed. We can install the header and footer builder, and we can also build the elements kit. Is there anything else do we need? Nope. That's pretty much all we need for now. Now, what we are going to do is activate these couple of plugins. After activating this, we need a design. So we have our base WordPress setup. Now, based on this, we can actually start building our website. So we will add a new page here and we will call it homepage. Now, what we will do is we need to come up with a layout first. For this example, we will follow any example layout over the internet. So if we go to Google and say auto detailing company website templates, we should be able to see a lot of templates here. So if we go to theme first, just any random theme, we're not trying to copy anything. It's just for the video. I'm just trying to show how you can get inspirations from other websites, not essentially copying them. All right. So we will just do a live preview of this one. Okay. This is the preview. All right. Again, this is an example. So what we will do is using a Google Chrome extension called Go Full Page. So I'm using Go Full Page. You can use other screenshot taking tools, but we will basically take a full page screenshot of this page and we will copy this. And now we will go to ChatGPT, not our Visual Studio Code, but we will go to ChatGPT web version. We will paste this and we will just basically use this prompt. We will say, I want you to thoroughly analyze this page. Now you can exclude the header and the footer and also the forms in this page. We will consider the forms as placeholder in this, but you will create a very detailed observation of this page, like the layouts, basically describing what the page has. So I can copy and paste it to my AI agent or vibe coder to recreate the exact same layouts. We can keep the images as placeholders. Once we do that, if we'll basically go ahead and analyze the full page, sometimes it will come up with a prompt as well directly, but we don't want that. So we will just let ChatGPT observe the whole thing and then come up with its own version of the layout. So let's just wait for the result output to end. Okay, so that part is done. Now what we need to do once that's done, we don't have to do anything with that output, right? So this is just the process that I followed that gave me the best output. Once that's done, we will write another prompt saying, write an AI prompt for my vibe coder to create a homepage for my auto detailing website, not exactly copying this layout, but taking inspirations from it. As an additional, you can also write, follow the principles of conversion rate optimization. I want the output to be export ready Elementor page JSON template. Exclude header footer forms because we're going to create those separately. Keep placeholder for adding forms later and add placeholder images from Pixum. Okay, must not use HTML blocks in Elementor. So this is very important that you include this in the prompt. The page must be built via native Elementor widgets and be editable through the drag and drop builder. So once we do that, we'll actually start writing our prompt, which we need to copy and paste to our VS Code editor. All right, let's just wait. Okay, we have the output, which is basically our AI prompt. We will copy this from here, and now we will go to our VS Code. Once we are in VS Code, you can again use either Claude Code or ChatGPT Codex. Let's use Claude Code for this example. Literally copy and paste everything you copied from there. And at the end, you will just write, export the JSON file in the auto detailing project folder. Name will be just homepage.json or something. So let's just wait, and we will have to wait for a few minutes for Claude to write this whole JSON file, which we will basically import to our WordPress. And guys, I know some of you will wonder why I didn't put the direct screenshot in Claude Code and ask it to generate the Elementor version, like the export worthy JSON template. It works, but it messes it up sometimes because I don't know why, but when I put the screenshot directly and ask it to generate that or recreate that as an Elementor page, the layout gets messed up. It doesn't really follow quite well the page layout and stuff. So that's why I first put it in ChatGPT and ask it to observe first, because I feel like when I'm asking ChatGPT or Claude to observe a page, just to analyze the full page, the layouts, everything, it only focuses on that instead of recreating the page, right? So the only goal that time will be for ChatGPT or Claude to analyze that page and find how this is built. And literally the next prompt I do is, okay, generate a vibe coder prompt so I can ask my vibe coder to recreate this in Elementor, right? So that's why I followed that approach. It just gives me better output. I've been testing a lot of things lately, and this was actually the way that gave me the best output. And while Claude is working on building my homepage layout, we can actually now go back to ChatGPT and then say, can you please do the same thing for the website header only? Right, so now it will go and generate a prompt so Claude or ChatGPT Codex can generate the website header. So you're an expert WordPress Elementor developer. Okay, your task is to create a premium conversion-focused website header for auto-detailing websites. So it's going to write the full prompt on how the header should be built. So once done, we will do the same thing. Go to Claude Code and say, okay, do this, generate my header. And once it's generated, we will just keep it in the project folder. And once everything's done, we will just keep uploading it. So this is my header. Do the same thing for footer. And now it's going to do the same thing, write the same styled output or the same style prompt so I can copy and paste it to Claude Code and generate the footer of the website. So let's just wait. Actually, guys, I was wondering, I have Claude Code and ChatGPT Codex both, and both can actually simultaneously work at the same time. So we can just ask ChatGPT to generate the website header. Let's do that. So we will go to Codex and then do this, and we will do the same thing, right? So final output, save the exported JSON as header.json in the project folder. Let's do that. And now ChatGPT Codex will start working on the header while Claude Code is working on my homepage layout.
A few moments later.
Hey there, just had to take a quick break, but I'm back now. And here's what happened. I ran out of Claude usage capacity. So basically, I'm not allowed to use Claude for the next 5 hours. So I ended up creating the homepage, the header, and I'm also creating the footer using Codex now, which is not a problem because it's going to act the same way as Claude Code does. While this is happening, we are currently working on the footer. So as you can see, footer.json is being written by Codex, but header and homepage is actually ready. So we can now start using these JSON templates. We created this homepage. Now what we're going to do is we're going to edit with Elementor. So it's going to open up the Elementor page, and this is the homepage we're creating. The homepage will go and create our header and footer. So let's create the homepage real quick. Okay, so the page builder is open now. We are going to basically go to page. We are going to go to our page settings over here. And here we just need to do a couple of things. First of all, we need to make sure that hide title is on and page layout is selected to Elementor full width. When we select these two, we are going to be able to now import our template, right? So we will click on this folder icon here. And let me open up the files on my local machine, the files that we are writing using Claude and ChatGPT in VS Code. As you can see, footer is being still written, but these two are ready to be imported. They sit in my local machine now. All I have to do is just find them and drag and drop them here over in the templates area. So we will go to templates, and there we will click on this import button. And now let me just find the project and drag and drop the header. Don't show this message, enable and import. Now the header is being imported. Okay, let's see what the error is. Okay, there seems to be something wrong with the header template, but the homepage template was, as you can see, successfully imported. So we'll just insert this to our page now. So once you insert, it will take a few seconds and then you'll be able to see the whole design. As you can see, it's already done. It's almost there. All we have to do is make the content changes, make the image changes, and whatever we want to do. It actually ended up being a really good design, and it will save me 80% of my build time, right? So I don't have to go and drag and drop my elements and build it from scratch because it already created the page for me. All I have to do, upload the images, check the responsiveness, which is, I think, already mobile responsive. If we have a look, yes, it's pretty much mobile responsive, guys. It's done a really great job. Again, I'm using Codex. You can use ChatGPT, Codex, or Claude, depending on which one you have. And I think you will need the paid plan, so the $20 plan at least, to make it work. But yeah, it will take me minutes to make the final edits and then publish this page, but let's publish this for now. Once the page is built, we will go back. And now since we installed the header and footer plugin, so we're using the header and footer builder for Elementor. If you're using the pro version of Elementor plugin, you don't have to use this plugin, by the way. Because I'm using free, I have to use an additional plugin to create the header and the footer. What we will do is go to header and footer, click on opt-in here and do skip. Okay, now here we will add a new header template. We'll just call this header and select pages not needed, because if you don't select anything, it will be across the whole site. Display condition, entire site. That is the correct one. We don't have to exclude any pages. We don't have to make the header sticky, but if you want to do this, just check mark this. That's it. Scroll animation, not needed for now, but I think that's okay now. So let's just go ahead and create our header. Let's have it open. And once the builder is open, we're going to pretty much do the same thing. So just import the template. And if we run into issues, we will just ask ChatGPT Codex to fix this for us. Go to templates and let me try one more time to import that header template that didn't work last time. If it doesn't work, we will just say, this is the issue I'm running into right now. Let me just try importing this. I'm pretty sure it gave us an error. So we will just basically take a screenshot and then we will ask ChatGPT here, ran into an issue while importing the header.json file. Let's see what it says. Okay, there we go. So I said we ran into an issue while importing this file, and now it fixed whatever was needed to fix. I don't even know what needed to be fixed, to be honest. All I see is a type is now set to section. I think it was set to header, which is why we ran into that issue, most likely. So we will now go back and we will, so we will just re-upload it because it's rewritten that file. Voila. So we have our header. So we will just insert this. So our header has been imported. I don't think it's gonna look that good. So we'll just hit remove. Okay, I just deleted that element. You're gonna run into a few issues, by the way, if you're not using the pro version, right? So we will just publish it for now. And whatever needs to be fixed, we can fix that later. Let's go back and we will do the same thing with the footer. Now I asked Codex to do the same thing it did with the header, which is change the type to section rather than having it as footer because it was giving me issues when I was trying to import it. That's why we will go now to the Turbo HNF builder and then we will add a new footer template. So we will just call this footer, include pages. Okay, set display condition, entire site. Nothing else needed here. So just hit create. It will take us to the same place. We will just import it. Just do the same thing. All right, let's just wait. So literally drag and drop this. We will hit this and go to templates. Same drill. Just hit this. It'll take some time to populate. There we go. Drag and drop the footer. So once the footer is imported, this is our footer. Just hit insert and the footer will be imported. There we go, guys. Much better, right? So we will do our change, whatever we need to do. But again, 80% of work is there. We don't have to hard code everything. We don't have to drag and drop and build everything from scratch. I know building Elementor websites can be sometimes very tricky, very time consuming, but this way, when you're building it, you're actually getting a lot of stuff done using Claude Code or ChatGPT Codex. When it's done, you'll just basically go to your settings. Now we've got our homepage, all right? So we will just go to reading and set a static page as our homepage. So your homepage displays a static page. Homepage will be home and save change. Now, once that's done, we'll go to here, hover over this, visit site. That should show you the website that you're building. So there we go. Again, a lot of changes needed, but compared to what you had to do when you were building it from scratch, you don't have to do that much. It's giving you a structure. All you have to do is just change this, right? Edit this, add the images, do some layout customization, and that's it. You're almost there. Do the same thing with the other pages. Create an about page. Do the same thing. Go to ChatGPT, give it the screenshot of the about page and ask it to generate, observe, and analyze the page first, and then write you the AI prompt. The same drill. Do the same thing for contact services. You're going to keep populating all these pages. Again, once the pages are populated, you're going to do some minimal changes, edit the images, texts, and that's it. You're almost there. This is how you can create an Elementor website with the help of Claude Code or Codex, not entirely through Claude Code and Codex, like I said in the beginning of this video. This way, you're saving a lot of time in building a website using WordPress Elementor. So if you like this process, let me know in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, obviously, and I will see you in the next one.